That way so I can cut it out.
Okay. All right, hello. It's Luke, and I'm here with Colby.
Hi.
And I'm going to be asking him a few questions today. All right, so Colby, what kind of jobs did you have back at home before you came to college?
One of my favorite jobs I got to do was I shot fireworks with a company called Western, and basically I was a pyrotechnician. I would just go and I'd connect up all the fireworks and put them in the tubes and connect the E-lighters to the E-matches to the fireworks and stuff. So.
Can you tell me a little bit about that, but in a way that a normal person who isn't smart could understand it?
All right. So basically at each job what we would do is the first thing we would take out the cardboard boxes with the fireworks inside of them. And then we would take out the fireworks and we'd sort them with the 3-inch ones that are about that big. You got your 4-inch, 5-inch. The 6 inches are pretty big. And then we had a couple of 8 inches as well. And so you just sort them all out. And then you look at your script, which tells you when you're shooting off which ones. That way so you know what tube and what rack to put them in. A rack is a collection of the tubes. So then you would just go and you drop down the fireworks in each one. And as you drop them down, you would take your E-match, connect it to the end of the fuse, and then you drop it down in there, tie it off, and then you would connect it to the electronic circuit board, which would fire it later, which wasn't connected at the time.
Right.
So once you get completely done doing all of that, you have each rack connected to a board where you connect the wires in. And each board is connected to a motherboard, which has a cable going back to a control panel where you can switch between each board and you can fire each cue individually.
Okay. I was going to ask you what you do as a pyrotechnician, but you answered that pretty nicely without me saying anything.
Well,
right?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
But there's something else that you do as a pyrotechnician, as a licensed pyrotechnician, which is where basically it's once you turn 21 and you've been working enough shows previously, they'll license you to be a licensed pyrotechnician. What you do after the shows, and it's actually the most dangerous part of the job, is you have to go check each tube to see if there's any live rounds left, really. And so you have to stick, it's really dark, so you take a flashlight and you have to stick your face over the tube and see if the firework went off. And if it didn't, then you have to go through a whole bunch of protocol to take care of it. And we've actually had a firework go off about 15 minutes after the show, so it really is pretty dangerous.
So, you personally, what is the most dangerous thing that you had to do for this job? Now, I know checking all of them sounds kind of dangerous, but like you personally, have you ever experienced anything like that?
Really for me, I just dropped the fireworks down the tubes and moved the boxes. So honestly, moving the boxes would have been the most dangerous part because like you can't slide it, you can't knock them around at all because any amount of friction could be enough to set one off. They've had people die because of that before.
Oh goodness.
So they do have a protective anti-friction lining on the inside of the cardboard boxes now, but you still have to be really careful with that. So
definitely a way to grow some hair on your chest. All right. So what were some of the kinds of fireworks you set off? You mentioned something about sizes earlier. Like, what does that specifically mean?
All right. So really, how wide it is in diameter. If it's a 3-inch, it's 3 inches in diameter. But it also affects how high up in the air it goes and how big the explosion is. 3 inch is in diameter. A 3-inch is normally going to go up around 300 feet, and it'll be, it's bigger than the ones you can buy on the street, but it's, for commercial, it's still pretty small. And then it goes all the way up to an 8-inch. Well, actually, the biggest one we shot was a 12-inch.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, we had to bring in a tube from back home because it actually wasn't supposed to be with us, but we shot it off anyways because we already had it. So
okay, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, so next thing, if you get your hands on some fireworks today, would you set them off, or would you have to know how to do so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. You'd have to get, if you want to do them safely. If you're talking about the commercial size ones, I'd have to. Really, honestly, I couldn't set them off without it being illegal. But if we're talking about in the middle of a friend's field somewhere,
Okay.
definitely could.
Okay. So, what is the largest quantity of hair that you have lost or singed off using pyrotechnics?
Just a little bit on my eyebrow.
A little bit on your eyebrow?
Yeah,
Can you tell me a little bit about that experience?
rather not.
Okay. All right. So, what are some of your favorite memories of launching fireworks?
One of the coolest experience I had was we went to Clovis, New Mexico, and we shot a show there, and we just did it in the middle of a street.
Mhm.
So I actually have two. One of them was people like try to come and see how close they can get to the people setting it up,
Mm-hmm.
and we have police lines, and the police are supposed to keep them out.
Right.
But they don't do a good job sometimes. And so one of my favorite parts is I get to yell at people and tell them to go away,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of fun because as an 18-year-old, get to shout at like
Right.
a 30-year-old or something, tell them, hey, you can't be here. It's like, but I can. Second favorite experience though is like during the show, someone else is shooting the fireworks, and since you don't have anything to do, you can lay down, and you're like 100 feet from
Oh,
where they're shooting
wow.
them off,
Mhm.
and you just lay down and look at the sky, and it like fills your whole vision,
Right.
and it's really cool.
That sounds like quite an experience. So, did you start out shooting the fireworks to impress the ladies?
No, actually, I had a friend who was shooting the fireworks, and
A female friend?
No, no, but I do like to brag about shooting fireworks to my female friends.
I was gonna say, you might want to inform the ladies that you are a pyrotechnician, and you
Yeah.
can definitely get some women that way.
Probably could, yeah. Got a little name tag to prove it.
Right. So, would you ever go back to being a pyrotechnician, shooting off fireworks?
Yeah, actually, this next summer we're moving companies. We're not shooting for
Mhm.
Western anymore, but we're going to be going to be doing a lot more local shows, and so we'll get to shoot more, and it'll be less driving time. We'll make more money for it, and I would definitely do it again, several times again, because it's just so much fun. It's a lot of hard work, but the payoff at the end of just getting to watch them go off that close it's worth it. So
All right. Well, thanks for having this sort of interview with me.
Yeah.
It was nice to hear about pyrotechnics and fireworks. And if I ever need a show, I know who to call.
thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. Pizza.